Hello, my name is Jacqueline Constantinopolij, and this is assignment 3, the grant proposal. So it's my explanation of what my paper was about. I made up a town called Sunnyport, New York, and I'm the director of the Sunnyport Public Library, and it's a little hamlet outside of New York City. So our library is seeking a government grant since we're a public library, and we want to create a historic digital library with the objects that we already have in our historic collection, and they're of old photographs and letters from the community. We want to make them into digital format, and also we want to preserve them and keep them in a safe place where we could restore and preserve them. My proposal has various sections. I start with the abstract, then I give a background of about our library. There's a statement of need, description of the project. It involves the staff, equipment we need, any other materials. And I also describe usability and interface. There's a project timeline, a budget, and then I discuss sustainability. So in my abstract, I say that Sunnyport Public Library is looking for funding for a digital library project to preserve photographs in our historic collection. And I express how valuable the collection is to our patrons. We request $2,000 for the digitization of equipment, for equipment and software, and training, and the preservation process. I give a background about our community and our library, and I say that it's a suburban neighborhood outside of New York City. It has a long history. The library was established in 1959. It's a public library, and that it's able to accept government grants, and I included an IRS document in the appendix to prove that we're a public organization. In the statement of need, I explain why we need to digitize the collection, that we want to preserve it, and we want to make it available to others outside of the library, to students in the local schools who can't always come and visit the library to see them, and that the historic collection is part of their social studies curriculum. And I explain that older patrons want to see the collection, but some are homebound. And there are 253 objects in this collection. In this section, I describe how the project should take 2 months. I've included a timeline in another section. we have to train a staff member on how to use the digital equipment, and I also mentioned that we chose Greenstone to as the program for the digital library. I explained that we created a prototype of the digital library. Also, I explained about staff involvement, that myself, the assistant director of IT, and the library assistant will be involved in the project, and I specify what each person will be doing. Okay, and the equipment, I list the equipment to be purchased: a digital camera, Nikon D720 7200 for $700, an overhead scanner for $1,000, an OCR program for $160. And I explained that the library wants to invest in this equipment because we expect the collection to grow over time. There are also other materials to purchase. We need archival paper envelopes to store the photographs. We need labeling for shelving. We need cleaning supplies. And then I go into the usability and interface of the digital library project, and go into the prototype demonstration. I give the metadata scheme, qualified Dublin core, and then I give a short XML schema. I also explain that there's a questionnaire attached in the appendix that we surveyed 20 patrons about the digital library that the prototype that they saw. Okay, and this is the timeline of the planning stage is finished. We've done that. We give a timeline for purchasing and delivery of the equipment, the training of the library assistant, the digitization and data input, preservation and storage, from September 1st through November 30th, so that whole process will take 2 months. Bringing up the digital library on the main server will take place December 2nd. This is the budget that we have. It's a simple budget. I try to keep it simple for this assignment. The digitization equipment that I listed previously in more detail will come to $1860, and we're asking for $1860 for that. And the preservation and storage materials will come to $140, and we're asking $140, so that the total is $2,000. We won't hire extra personnel, or we won't use overtime, so staffing won't be part of the budget. Here I explain about how we will sustain this project, that we're committed to the growth and maintenance of the library, and the plan, and the assistant director of IT will continue to monitor and maintain the library. If patrons want any changes, the assistant director will make those changes if they're feasible. The library assistant and the clerical staff will maintain the physical collection also. And I express how the Sunnyport Public Library is committed to maintaining and supporting this project for many years to come. This is what my prototype looks like. I included the picture of the immigrants looking at the Statue of Liberty because I thought that would look good for a historic collection. These are the browsing tabs that I chose for the prototype. The titles are I called images, and they're by they're listed alphabetically. Also, there are details and recent images. Details is the descriptions. Recent images are the most recent photographs that are there that have been put in. They're listed first. Okay, so this is also the tab that says details are the descriptions of the images, and when you click on the little picture here, the little arrow or icon, you get a small picture image icon. These are the recent images, so whatever has been put into the library last will be shown first. I just want to say how much I enjoyed this class. I wish it had lasted longer. It was very short, but I learned a lot. Have a great summer.